I feel like Chimpact is the ultimate source of incorrect facts.
Chimpact is the most sarcastic Pokemon I know. Pokemon, well, person.
No,
I know.
No, he is a Pokemon. He is a Pokemon because his ability is oblivious.
No, that might have to be Envy. That might have to be Envy. Envy, I know Envy does it. Envy does it even when we don't record Hita for Hita. He will repeat what we say even when it's not Hita. Even when we're just chilling in a call playing Pokemon, because sometimes we actually do that.
Yeah.
We just chill. Like, we're not recording, we're just having fun. Envy will actually, like, say that. And I'm like, Envy, we're not recording. You don't have to do that. But he just does it. It's just how Envy is, so.
And, like, the banter that you guys, like, what you were saying, if people would only watch Hita for Hita for the commentary, and you can't watch Hita for Hita on mute, because it's not going to help you. Watching Hita for Hita on mute will not help you. You will not learn how to get better at Pokemon by watching Hita for Hita. However, you will learn what friendship is.
Yeah,
you will learn about life. You will learn about responsibility. You will learn that if you cannot handle the Hita for Hita, get out of the kitchen.
Honestly, it's true. If you're not having fun, Pokemon has to be fun. That's why I like to balance entertainment and, knowledge on my channel, because I very much, I pride myself in being a competitive player, I guess. I don't think I'm the best. I honestly don't. And when people say, "Oh, you're the best," it's like, no, I'm okay. But there's definitely, like, I think there has to be some sort of balance between fun and skill and knowledge, like that. Like, that's just, those are my favorite videos, easily my favorite videos on my channel. Any video with my friend, my friends are like my best videos on my channel. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh no,
from the beginning. From the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
From the beginning, I always had my friends on my channel. And then obviously, there's like the tournament battles and stuff like that, which are, fun as well. But I think having your friends there is just the best thing about the YouTube experience, networking. And originally, we were literally friends for years before we actually started like being in videos with each other. Blunder and Envy were both my friends for probably 2 years before they started going on my videos. And not just because, oh yeah, this is a test to see if you're my friend and then I want to put you in a video. No, it was more so because it just never happened. We were just having fun playing Pokemon, and one day I was like, wow, let's bring this to videos. So let's do it. Obviously, I don't know how long you've actually been subbed to me.
I wasn't subbed for a while. I kind of just went and watched the videos every now and then, which is something that I know a lot of people do to a lot of different channels.
Oh yeah, me too.
And when the UCL came around, I immediately subscribed. And it was one of those things where, I'm a writer for the GBA, so I'm subscribed to all the GBA channels.
Yeah.
I found a lot of them from that. Some of them have become very good friends of mine. I gen Miguel's Mons for his GBA battles now.
Yeah.
I talk to Crimson Seabad very often. And A-Drive is a good friend of mine as well. I've actually had him on my channel way back when. That was like, I think that was like before GBA Season 4. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
That was a while back.
Oh god, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh god, that was like 7 months ago.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where when I subscribed, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna make sure that I like what he does. Because obviously I had heard of you before. It's, not possible to not really hear of you. I think the first time I heard of you was through Shady. When I think at one point you battled him, and someone was like, "You're battling Joey? That's like stepping into a bear trap." I'm like, "Yo, calm down."
I don't like when people do that. Not gonna lie. Not to cut you off at all, but it's just like when you're actually a competitive player and you know the game, you realize you can't win every game, no matter how experienced you are. Even if you're actually quote unquote better than your opponent. There's too many combinations of Pokemon, luck, and unpredictability that just happened in the game itself to win. So even the top players will always lose to, not always, they can win most of the time, but they will have a chance to lose. I mean, Heat is really nice. Heat wins. Heat wins games, especially when you combine that with like 6 pretty competent players.
Oh yeah.
Definitely wins games. Definitely. But
when I subscribed to you, I was like, I obviously watched all the UCL battles, but I was seeing you uploading other stuff as well, and I'm like, you know what, I'll give it a shot.
Oh, Showdown Lives.
Yeah, the Showdown Lives and the OST stuff came later, but the Showdown Live, I don't remember exactly which one it was, but I'm like, he's having fun, and he's good, and I'm learning. That's pretty much all I need, at which point I started consistently watching. And then I saw the first Hida Fajita that was on your channel, and I probably watched it like 2 or 3 times because I was laughing so hard.
I love them.
Like, I could not breathe at one point. I don't remember exactly what the moment... I think it was like when you introduced CTC.
Oh my god.
And he just immediately went off. And I'm like, whoa, that is a first impression.
I love CTC. You probably don't know PK then. PK the God. PK the Holy Nord. Like,
I don't know him. I've heard of him, but I have never heard... the first time I heard him was a couple weeks ago when I went back and watched some of Blunder's older Hida Fajitas. And they said, we just did something with PK, and I'm like, they mean PK Sparks?
Nah.
And I'm like...
Oh, he's a good friend of ours.
No! But
PK.
It was one of those things where it's just like, I immediately got hooked on you, your commentary, the pure heat.
Hooked on Hida Fajita.
I got hooked immediately, and it got me connected first and foremost to Blunder.
Yeah.
Where all of the other Hida Fajitas are, if you are not familiar with that.
Yeah, there's like probably 50 something on his channel. He doesn't update his playlist is so bad. It goes from like 29 to 37 to 44, and he actually has to update that. But
I actually went to the playlist because I'm like, oh, I'll watch them in order, and I'm like 1, 7, 4, 13, 6. Blunder can't breathe properly. And like that one video where you're like, Blunder is a god, where he
switched
into a Flare Blitz from Talonflame, then switched his Heatran out into something with
Thunderous, yeah.
Yeah, Thunderous on the
Natural Gift
ground, and everybody went insane. And I was just thinking, how did he do that?
That was definitely luck. That was luck. That was he wasn't even expecting the Talonflame to stay in. He expected the guy to double back into something. But just the moment itself was just so
And how
fun.
he tries to play it off like he predicted it. He's like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
Easy.
That was the easiest play of my life. Get red. Get played like shirts.
Get played like shirts. Red like a fiddle.
Red like a fiddle. That one I understood because it's like a combination of played like a fiddle and read like a book.
The book, yeah.
The played like shirts one, to this day I do not understand.
It's a play on words. Plaid shirts.
Oh.
So played like shirts. That's Jamvad. He actually came up with that one.
That actually makes a lot more sense now. But it made me think you guys should do a t-shirt campaign where all it says is played like.
And just have the shirt. I could definitely see that.
Like, I mean, if you're gonna have a Fabio shirt, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can have a played like shirt.
I mean, I'm actually coming out with the I'm Tired shirt around December because, I mean, if you know me, I'm tired is not even something I force. Like, it's just.
It is
me.
It is what you exude. It is what your aura says.
Honestly,
I'm tired, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly how I am, and it's not like I'm not. It's not like I'm not enjoying making the video. I'm just tired, and I'm tired is like a catchphrase. How Drop a Draco is for me. People don't. If you think of Drop a Draco, you think of me. I'm tired is the same thing, and I actually love the design. I'm actually getting it before it comes out, so I can't wait to start wearing it before and people can see it. But
like when I'm at work. When people say, dude, I'm tired, I'm like, because it just reminds me of you, and I'm just like, I have a friend who says that, and they're like, who? You wouldn't know him. Just know he's heat.
Just know I'm definitely more tired than you.
Oh yeah. And one of the things that I think we should circle back to that we kind of didn't cover is
I mean, I'll do whatever, dude. I'm here to answer your question. Oh, the No Shave November?
No, not that. The thing under your beard. Yeah. When you posted that, you actually looked very similar to what I sort of thought you would have looked like. I thought you would have looked a little more like boyish. I'm not quite sure why. I thought you would have had like a younger look to you. I wasn't exactly sure why. But
it's probably because of my voice. It's probably because of my voice.
It's not your voice, it's your energy. You seem like you have this almost childlike confidence about you, where it's just like, it doesn't matter what I say, I'm right, and you have to deal with it. It's one of those things where I'm just like, where I just get behind what you say, because like, I don't care about facts. He's right. And it's one of those things where like, and that's one of the reasons that I got so hooked on your channel, is because there's just this thing about you where it's like, you just want to go with what you say. But you, of course, did the face cam reveal because A-Drive, who's a friend of both of ours,
sent me the webcam.
Sent you the webcam. In hindsight, I figured out what it was for. It was obviously for the case lock. Because I was like, why would he just randomly send him a webcam? And
I mean, if you weren't subscribed to A-Drive, you most likely didn't know. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, anybody who was sub to A-Drive could definitely figure it out.
I asked him. I'm like, I'm assuming you're doing a cage lock with Joey. That's why you sent him a webcam. He's like, yeah, but you know, keep it on the DL.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I just wanted to make sure that you weren't just like the Oprah of webcams.
Just sent me one just because he could do it.
Oh yeah, it's like, hey, check under your seats. Check under your seats. You get a webcam. You get a webcam. Blunder, I don't want to see your face, so you don't get a webcam.
Did you actually see Blunder's webcam reveal video? This is a picture of Drake.
Yeah. And how long did it last? Like 30 seconds?
Yeah, he's so dumb. He didn't even, not dumb. He was like, I'm so dumb, Joey. I didn't even like X out the Drake and then put it after. He just kept the Drake the entire time.
It was funny because I watched the whole thing because I'm like, oh, he's probably gonna cut to a picture of his face.
It was 10 minutes. It was actually 10 minutes long. I told him to make the video 10 minutes long.
That's what,
it was like, just 10 minutes of Drake.
I watched like the first 60 seconds and then I'm like, okay. I skipped to like 5 minutes, still Drake's face. Okay, I skipped to like 9 minutes and 30 seconds because I'm like, she's probably gonna do like one frame at the end, and nope, just fade to black. And I'm like, okay.
That's Blunder. That's Blunder for you.
But the comments on your face cam reveal video were, I'm gonna go with creative.
That's part of the reason actually why.
And abusive.
I didn't do face cam. I definitely didn't. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I was so hesitant to one, doing the cage lock, and two, getting a webcam in general, because I actually, about maybe 2 years ago, I revealed my face on my channel again because I did a happy birthday to my girlfriend video. So I went, on, and then all the comments there were pretty aggressive as well, I guess you could say. So not in a bad way. It's never in a bad way. It's more of like, whoa, calm down.
If somebody comments actual hate, it doesn't get to me because it's like, you don't know me. Why should I care what you think? Like, if somebody comments constructive criticism, I'm like, good, that's useful for me.
Yeah, that helps me grow.
I can learn from that.
No, go.
If somebody just comments useless hate, I'm like, you're wasting your time.
Thank you for your time. I don't know why.
Thank you for the free view and the exposure. I appreciate it.
That's exactly how I used to reply to people. Like, thanks for the view.
Thanks for the view. I made about 1/10 of a cent.
Yeah, I mean, like, for example, like, I love constructive criticism is good. Constructive criticism is really good. I think that a lot of YouTubers should learn from it. I mean, it's there to help you, especially if there's a way to word things. I think there's also like some things that some people feel like they're entitled to certain things. No one's entitled to anything. I'm not entitled to your view. You're not entitled to my video. Like, I do this because I want to, and you just happen to like what I do. This isn't my like job or anything. I mean, for some people, it is their job.
And real quick, something that I would like to say to everybody who's watching this: I am not entitled to this interview. Joey is doing this as a favor to me. I asked him to do it. He was gracious. He was gracious enough to accept this, and this also has to do with what Miguel was talking about in his video. Is that there's a big difference between collaborating, leeching, and ass kissing. And a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, have accused me of leeching and or ass kissing because of the people, specifically high profile people that I've had on my channel. I interviewed A-Drive, I've interviewed GlitchX City, who is a total sweetheart. I don't know if you talked to her, but she's beyond nice. Verlicify, who I actually met in person, and I'm not going to go down that road because there are many traps on that road. But people constantly say, you're doing this for the exposure, you're doing this for the exposure, you're doing this to gain subs. And to them I say, I currently have 169 subs. If I was trying to gain subscribers, 1, it's not working. 2, these interviews would not be... It's not... I hate using that term interview because I've maybe asked you 2 questions.
It's just a chat. It's just a general chat.
Most of this is just the 2 of us screwing around in a call that happens to be going up on my channel.
Yeah. And it's fine. I think it's completely fine. Like, honestly, like, this is... He asked me. I want to do it. 1, he's a cool person. Like, honestly, I saw the other videos and I was like, wow, this is really cool. This gives people a chance to know me. And it's easier as well because, like, I don't have to talk to the camera. I can just, well, I am trying to look at the camera a little bit more, but I can just talk back to him. I can talk with him and we're laughing about things that we love and
Blunder and CTC. And it's just that it's so much easier because I know that Joey saw my strip down challenge. Yeah. And it's one of those things, it's so much easier to just talk with another person than it is to just sit in front of a camera and talk. Because the thing about the strip down challenge is that there's no editing. So you see me pause, you see me tripping over my words, you see me doing all these things that you don't see as much in a video like this because...
You'll be editing it after and also we're talking?
Well, that, and also because we're able to bounce everything off of one another. We don't have to rely on ourselves to make sure that there's no dead space. Because we can, like, in the middle of a sentence, you can just say, dude, seriously, fix your beanie. Oh my god. Or I could say, dude, there's a Draco behind you. Which would make no sense. But I can say it because it...
2 of us, yeah.
Because there's 2 of us. And that's the thing, is like people say you're a leech, you're just using these people. And to that I say, if that was the case, they would not continue talking to me.
Yeah.
However, the first person I interviewed on my channel was Gym Leader Gio, who's one of the GBA coaches, and he was actually, the interview, he used the camera on his phone because he was at a friend's house watching the Golden State Warriors championship game. And at one point, he had to get something from his car, and you just see him walking outside through somebody's house. You see other people there. Go out, open his car, get something out, close it, bring it back inside, walk back out to the backyard, all phone in hand, face cam.
I'm still trying to talk with you?
Still talking to me. And it was the greatest thing ever because I still talk to Gio. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where people were like, I don't think you should call this an interview. This doesn't seem very professional. And I'm like, I can't think of another name for it. Because I came up with the idea of PokeTuber Prattle. But the thing is that people upload things other than Pokemon.
Yeah.
And, like, even with somebody like... At the time when I interviewed Miguel, I don't know if he had really started Duelist all that much yet, but granted he is a PokeTuber, but to the same extent, that's not all he does.
Yeah, he plays Duelist and he streams and does all that stuff, yeah.
Whereas, and like, when I interviewed Glitch the first time, first of all, I was like...
Is she a Poke Music too?
Yeah, I was like, what term do I use for you? It's just one of those things where it's like, so I'm actually going to be making new graphics for this, and from this point forward, whenever I have somebody on my channel, it's not going to be a series. Each one is going to be independent in and of themselves. This one,
yeah.
This one is going to have Fren somewhere in the name. I don't know how, and I don't know where. It may just be talking with Fren, Joey, and people will be like, "That doesn't flow well." I don't care.
Don't matter.
Or maybe it'll be something along the lines of somebody sent me something that it was obviously a Hita Fajita knockoff, but it was something along the lines of like Hito Burrito or something. And I'm like, this is a knockoff. And the thing about those sets is that all of them were straight out of like the Smogon top 10 sets. So it was literally the polar opposite of Hita Fajita because it was
good sets.
It was a garbage player using the best sets and making just it was perfect because it was still hilarious because they're like, I can't lose with these Pokemon. These are the best Pokemon. And I'm like, you suck at this game. You are getting destroyed. This is the opposite of Hita Fajita. And it was one of those things, like, I think you need to have Miguel on Hita Fajita.
Yeah.
And the reason being is that him and CTC will go back and forth to no end.
They're polar opposites.
Exactly.
Like legitimately polar opposites.
Miguel is the epitome of politically correct. Because he is literally living in another country and he literally has to think about what he says. English is not his first language. He doesn't think in English, he thinks in Spanish.
Yeah.
Whereas CTC does not think, he just says. He doesn't
have a filter.
There is no filter of any kind. It is just words flowing out of the mouth.
Yeah, it's good and bad. Good for entertainment, bad for everything else.
Oh yeah. Bad for, things like legal troubles. But it's one of those things where it's like the two of them together would be glorious. Because they're both good at Pokemon. Well, good at Pokemon. But they're literally polar opposites of each other. And if you put other people in there, like if you had you, Blunder, MV, because I know Miguel knows MV, and I think they did a live together.
Yeah, they're pretty good friends.
Yeah, and you threw Miguel and CTC in there with all those people with yourself. The shenanigans that would ensue.
It'd be a crazy video.
The shenanigans that would be like a 3-hour Hita Fajita special. When you hit 100K, which will be by the end of the year at the latest.
Hopefully.
You should. No, I will make sure of it if I have to. I'll do whatever it takes. You should do, like, this crazy, ridiculous Hita Fajita special.
We were going to do a Hita Fajita week, but...
Oh, yeah. I'm talking the most absurd sets that human beings can create. I'm talking, like...
We got some cool stuff coming up.
Clefable with Cute Charm. Because, fun fact, Clefable learns counter in Fire Red Leaf Green Move Tutor.
But that means it doesn't have Magic Guard, right?
No, it can have Magic Guard. It cannot have Unaware.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was trying to use a Clefable as a counter to Azumarill, as an Unaware wall, and I was like, do you get counter? And I looked and I'm like, oh my god, it gets counter. But it can't have counter and Unaware. So I was like, problem. Because it took an absurd amount from Waterfall, but it didn't one-shot it, and I'm like, okay, counter that. Azumarill goes down. We're good. No! But it's one of those things where it's like, the amount of creativity that comes out in Hita Fajita is one of those things where it's just like, it's creativity that borders on lunacy.
Yeah, it's chaotic. That's what it is. It's actually just straight up chaotic. I mean, the way I make Hita Fajita teams, because sometimes we just gotta make teams before we record, I literally just go through the list and say, what Pokemon do I want to use? And one of them was physically defensive Amistar with spike stacking. and the other one might be Scyther in a tier where we can use Scissor, or who knows. But that's
There's
just how.
a Hida Fajita Torterra. It's just like, I feel like using Torterra. I feel like losing to Weavile. I think we can do this. Gentlemen.
I mean, that's why we hit him with the outplay.
Oh, yeah. Gentlemen, prepare yourselves. We're giving this thing hidden power of fighting for Weavile.
The counter.
The counter. It can't touch us, guys. We quad resist it. We're not weak to it. We quad resist it. This is an inverse battle.
The way I play too, it's actually like myself and CVB, we're both pretty aggressive players, but CVB, you know, he's not CTC. I'm talking about actually CVB. CVB, him and I are opposite in the sense that yes, we're both very like aggressive players. Like as in, we'll make a really aggressive double and then double into something else. But I'll go for the play that I have to hacks my opponent, and then I'll get it that turn. And CVB would get so mad. I would literally say, okay, this is my play. I just Moonblast, drop his special attack, live his attack, and then knock him out in the second turn. And that's exactly what happens that turn. Or I'll go, when I have a switch into something, I'll just go for Hurricane just because I can confuse him instead of switching out.
My Scizor is going to SD up on his Heatran because his Magma Storm cannot hit us. We are untouchable. And then the Magma Storm will miss, and then you OHKO it with Superpower.
That's exactly what happens.
That is exactly what happens. Without fail.
That's Hida Fajita, man.
That is Hida Fajita.
And when they hit, they lucked us. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
If we don't luck them, they lucked us. That's it.
No. But that's one of those things where there are so many different things that you personally can do on your channel, because the energy that you have and the energy that you bring is one that people can very easily feed off of. For example, I'm feeding off of your energy just as much as you're potentially feeding off of mine, to the point that it's like, I didn't know if we would have similar senses of humor. I didn't know if this would be, you know, really straightforward, or if this would turn into us just messing around with one another. And the reason for that is because some of the people that I have interviewed, they didn't have the same sense of humor that I do, and it wasn't as fun for me, because I was still able to get to know things about them, but to the same extent, it's like asking questions back and forth isn't the same as letting the information just flow naturally.
Yeah. I get you.
And that's like if you're sitting next to somebody in class, you just can't, what's your name? Where are you from? Blah, 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 because they'll be like, okay, I'm being interrogated. You have to let the back and forth flow, which is what's been happening here, is that we're just going back and forth. I honestly can't remember the last question that I asked you, because it was probably 30 minutes ago, and it probably had absolutely nothing to do with what we're saying now.